Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Voice of the Fans Sportscast. I'm your host, Ben Reynolds. We have RC, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. What's going on, guys?
Yo.
What's going on?
Back like we never left.
Hey, that's how I like it, man. If y'all want to hear some good NBA and NFL news, come listen to us. We got you. We got you. So, you know, the NFL draft is coming up, and we still bringing down East Division. And I didn't know how quick the NFL draft was upon us. So we had to do a little doubling down on divisions, guys. There's no way that we can just take our time with one division every pod. So we're going to do two divisions tonight. We're going to start off with the NFC North. Just because, you know, we have a lot of Packers and Bears fans. But I want to start off with the Lions because they seem like they up and coming. So we're going to let RC take over this. The Lions, they are getting the second pick in the NFL draft. RC, what they doing?
It better be Kayvon Thibodeau. You need somebody with football, with everybody in the AFC quarterbacking up, and then there's still great quarterbacks in the NFC. You need somebody that can get to the passer, and that's the way you neutralize great passes with great pass rushers. So Kayvon Thibodeau, I would take him number 2 over Aiden Hutch. If you take Aiden Hutchinson is his name, he's from Michigan. I mean, he played at Michigan, so it probably might be, be a lot of pressure on him. So I wouldn't take the kid from Michigan. I would take Kayvon Thibodeau from Oregon.
Yeah, I like his size, man. To be honest, he's just tall and long, and he can shed them offensive blockers like it ain't nothing. And he got the speed to do it, and he's smart. So I think he'll fit the mold of the Lions, what they trying to bring to the table: toughness, never quit attitude. And we look to see, what the Lions have done in free agency. They haven't done much. They did a little quiet signings. They got the gritty type players like DJ Chalk. He's a baller. They signed him for a 1-year deal. And then they signed Josh Reynolds. He teamed up with his boy. They re-signed him for a 2-year deal. And so that was saying they did like little quiet signings on the offensive side of the ball. Gerard Davis, Mike Hughes, he can play. And they just doing little things here and there. But I like that pick, especially in that division where they just don't have stellar defense in that division. But if you come one of them top teams with a bad, what I mean by bad defense, I mean them dudes can get out there, them boys can play, they can hustle, then they're gonna win you a lot of games. So I'm pretty excited for what the Lions are doing, especially since Dan Campbell has come from the Saints coaching tree. You got to root on them old Saints. Ain't that right, Tyler?
Yes, sir.
So I'm up. The Packers, all right? They have the 22nd and the 28th pick in the first round. So we saw that huge Devontae Adams trade. Sent him to I'm about to say Oakland. Sent him to Las Vegas. What you say, Gatwood?
Idiotic trade.
Yeah, idiotic trade. It just blew my mind, But but they seen him, which left a gaping hole at receiver.
Mm.
Right? So it's just common sense to take a receiver, right?
One of those two picks has to be a receiver.
One or two have to be a receiver, like Chris Olave, Trey Burks. I mean, one of them guys might fall to them. So if I'm the Packers, I'm beefing up my wide receiver core, just cause we lost Devontae Adams. None of the receivers come out of draft can just fill that void, but you just gotta add a weapon because now your offense is not as scary as it was with Devontae Adams. And I think with the other pick, the 28th pick, a problem go pass rush. Because we lost, I said we just cause the Packers lost Zadarius Smith, right? Yeah. I mean, that's a huge loss. He was the best pass rusher on the Green Bay defense. So you lost your best receiver, then you lost your best pass rusher. You gotta go pass rush because like RC was talking about, man, you gotta have some go getters.
Just
If you
losing the
ain't creating
first
pressure,
round.
you're gonna lose.
Just losing the first round again.
But they may feel like with Sean Gary is just as good as Darius Smith because if I watched it, they still got the other Smith kid. What's his name? Preston Smith on the other end. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Green Bay is one of those teams. I'm confused. Like I don't really know what they doing. Like it don't make nothing. Every move they done made don't make sense to me. It's like they're going backwards. Like they're cool with being mediocre, I guess. I don't know. I have no clue what they're doing in Green Bay.
Yeah, I'd be pissed if I was a Packers fan.
Yeah, because with the moves they made in the offseason, right? It just seemed like they were competing for a championship this past season. Now they're like, we're not competing, but we kind of are competing. It seem like they don't know what they want to do. Like we competing just to impress Rodgers that we at least trying, but we're not really trying because we want Jordan Love to take over. We kind of want to rebuild, but since we signed Aaron Rodgers, we gotta compete, right? It just seems like they teetering on what direction should they go. And they pay Rodgers all his money, but it seemed like they unsure of themselves, which is kind of strange. I don't know if that fall on the GM or the head coach, but they just seem like they don't know what they're doing. And what RC just said, Preston Smith, he signed a 4-year extension worth $52 million. So it seemed like he was doing the job, so that's why they let the other Smith go because he was just creating pressure too. But I'm looking at their free agency signing.
I feel like they went from the second or third best team in the NFC to like fourth or fifth. Like he said, like RC said, it feels like they're going backwards. Like you still got Aaron Rodgers. You signed him with that huge extension. It seems like you want to compete, and add to that team.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
Not trade your best target and the best receiver in the game,
and not do anything in free agency. Yeah. I'm looking at they lost MVS, of course, to the Chiefs. They lost St. Brown to the Bears, and they didn't lose none. They did lose something major in Devontae Adams, but it seemed like they kept their core players. But it seemed like they just really unsure what direction they going. I think Aaron Rodgers holding them hostage, to be honest. Do y'all feel like they had to pay him the money?
Unless they wanted to go with Jordan Love, which would be stupid. So yeah, pretty much.
It's weird. It's like they want to compete, but they don't. Like, oh no.
I don't think Rodgers cares about rings. I think he cares about the money at this point.
He might not, but if they want to compete, they got to sign Rodgers instead of going with Jordan Love.
Yeah, they didn't have a choice, but
yeah.
But if Rodgers took all that money, he knew they couldn't. He knew they couldn't have Devontae. So he had to be part of that process, just like letting them walk.
So in Aaron Rodgers' mind, is he thinking about rebuilding, or he just thinking about just getting paid? Like, does at
He's
this point
definitely
does he
getting
really
paid.
care?
Nah, but
Who
maybe
knows, man? Nobody
what
really knows
if
what's going on in his mind.
Devontae Adams was already out of there before?
That could be a possibility.
Yeah,
But I feel like if that was the case, I mean, I don't know. It is a weird situation though, because like when your number one receiver leaves like that, and you're that old already, and you're still like in the back half of your career, like you don't want to rebuild. I don't know.
nah.
That's a weird situation.
I guess we're gonna see how they do this coming up season. It's gonna be interesting. Gatwell, you on the board with the Vikings? They have the 12th overall pick. What they gonna do?
I think that they need a pass rusher and secondary. So those are the two positions I see the most for them. Is really defense. They still have a solid offense. They have Dalvin Cook and the Thielen, Jefferson. They do need another. They need probably another interior O lineman, but I'd say they can go later on without that. They really need to beef up the defense. Uh, get a good pass rusher or a free safety or probably another corner. It's a pretty deep corner class. If Sauce Gardner somehow dropped to 12, which he probably won't, I mean you got to take him. I mean they have Patrick Peterson. He's getting old at corner, and then they don't really have any other big name corners that are really good. Uh, I'd probably go pass rush though first, unless Sauce Gardner drops.
What's so interesting you said about pass rush? What were the Vikings defense predicated on?
Pass,
Pass rushing,
yeah.
getting to a court. That front four and that time span of what 2000, what was that, 14? No, that was 2000, about 16 and up, man. That they always had like a good defensive rotation.
I mean they have two good D linemen. I mean they have Daniel Hunter, and then they signed Darius Smith.
What was the other guy that kind of had like a mental breakdown on Instagram? What was his
Uh,
name? That
I mean,
wasn't Hunter, was it? That was the other guy, Everson Griffin.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's not on the roster anymore. Uh, but they do have Daniel Hunter and Darius Smith. They're solid, but I think secondary is probably first round, maybe pass rush second round for them.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
probably go
gonna tell,
secondary, to be
I'm gonna tell
honest.
you
Yeah.
a dominant player for them that was really good last year that nobody speak about. It was Sheldon Richardson. He played up and down their D line. Like when he played against us, he terrorized our offensive line because he would line them at three technique and then he was moving them to the end. And he's originally a D end, so um, the
Where he
Vikings the Vikings are one of those teams, man, that they're another one. They're a few pieces away from being really, really competitive. They just got a new head coach too, so they're gonna be running the same offense everybody else is running on the Shanahan tree. So
where
we'll
did
see.
where'd Sheldon Richardson go?
He's with the Vikings. I think he's still with the Vikings. He played with them last year. I don't know where he's at now, but he was with the Vikings.
I was looking at their depth chart and I didn't see him on there.
Yeah, he must be gone then, because last year he was on their defense, and I was like, I had forgot about him because he was in Cleveland, and then
It's saying that well, let me see. It's saying he's still on the Vikings. I don't know why it didn't show it on the depth chart. If they have Sheldon Richardson, Daniel Hunter, and Zadarius Smith, that's actually pretty solid. I think they should go secondary
Yeah,
first
they
round.
go Corn Wood, Patrick Peterson on one side. They had that rookie from a couple years ago. I don't know.
Cam Dantzler.
Yes, is he still on the roster?
Yeah, they still got him, but I still think they need another corner or another safety. Probably a corner. I go corner.
Yeah, corner. I mean, knowing you got Harrison Smith back there, I'm pretty sure the back end will be pretty decent. The corners, man, they've been giving a lot of chunk plays, big time plays. Patrick Peterson's on the back of his career, so you probably want to get younger at that position. So yeah.
I think Patrick Peterson would be a really good number 2 right now. So they need to get a number 1. I think if they can. I mean, obviously you're not guaranteed a number 1 with your first round pick, but some more youth that somebody with some skill like Sauce Gardner, but he's probably going to be gone.
Yep, most definitely, man. Uh, Tyler, you're up with the Bears. They don't have a first round pick.
No, they
So
don't.
hey, you working with the 39th
Ew.
pick in the second round and the 48th pick. So at least you got 2 picks in the second round.
Yeah. I would. I think first I would go first probably with receiver. Probably try
Mm,
the best receiver taken. I mean the best receiver that's there
yeah,
to help out Justin Fields after they lost
Allen
Allen Robinson.
Robinson.
Yeah. And with that second pick, you can't go wrong with an interior O
They
lineman. So
definitely interior.
yeah, I might depending on who's if there's a stud wide receiver that's first. I mean that's left,
Hmm.
then they should go there first. But I would definitely go receiver and O line
If you
because Buddy
just,
was running for his life last year. I hated
he
that
was
for him.
mad.
Like, he was, bro. He was like visibly mad. Like he was letting y'all know, like, bro.
He was, bro.
This ain't Ohio State, buddy.
Right.
Man,
He was.
I think he came out in one press conference to show how mad he was. Like he was
Yeah,
just disappointed in the
yeah,
play
he came
calling.
out and said he was mad at Matt Nagy, didn't
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. He said he was disappointed in the play calling.
he? Yeah.
I agree. The play calling sucks.
How
Yeah.
did Matt Nagy go 12-4 with Mr. Trubisky? Like everybody thought he was gonna be the next
That
Guru.
defense,
Yeah, that
It
defense
was
worked
defense.
really good.
that
He's
defense was really good.
he's worse than Sean Payton with the play calling. Like he can be really good, but I think he really just overthinks it a lot.
And let me tell you another reason. Tariq Cohen, when he was healthy, the
Yeah.
boy was just another piece to the
He's like
puzzle.
he was kind of like a Darren Sproles light, like a you know what I mean, like a watered down version of Darren Sproles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
The
he was
scat
that,
back.
like that's not disrespectful saying that. I
No,
just
it's not. It's not.
Darren Sproles was just he's probably one of the best scatbacks I've ever seen. Like, that dude was
Yeah,
good.
he was good.
I
Yeah.
just
I don't think the Bears though, they're kind of like the Vikings. They're not that far away.
mm,
I think Nagy, he had something with he didn't want Justin Fields, and so therefore he acted like a kid. You know, he kind of threw a fit about getting Justin Fields. He wanted who he wanted, and it's kind of hard when someone is picking players for you and telling you what you need, what you're supposed to do when you're a head coach. But in all actuality, they got a pretty good, solid defense. Well, they gave away their best defensive piece, but they're still the Chicago Bears. They're going to always be good on defense.
right.
For some reason, they just don't figure if they could ever figure out the offensive side. But the coach that they have, where did he come from?
I
Mm.
do not remember.
Wait, didn't they get the Colts coach? Didn't they get
Oh no, that was the Giants. They Giants got Brian DeBall.
no, I'm talking about Eberflus or whatever.
Oh yeah, Everflux. What
That's his
team?
name. That's the Bears coach name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh
is.
no, they getting beat down. You never have a you know that's you can't even say that. That was Edward Scissorhands. You can't even say his name.
Oh
Like
my
no,
god.
Matt Eberflus.
He was the
no,
defense coordinator for the Colts. I mean, they had
oh
the
That's a
Colts
no,
had a good
bad
defense.
signing.
oh
Think
bro,
that?
no, that's a bad sign.
Because like
Y'all don't even know the dude, bro.
I don't, I
nah,
don't,
it's not even about that though. You know, let me
I
tell you
don't.
why it's a bad sign. I didn't even think about when he came from. Cause I was thinking about Brian DeBall, but he coached the offense side of the ball. I ain't even thinking about Matt Eberflus coaching the defense side of the ball. I said it's a bad signing because Justin Fields, he gonna be in the like Giants quarterback,
Deshaun, we're gonna be like Deshaun was. You can't hire. You gotta
defensive
hire
guy.
a defensive guy as a head coach. You got to go with an offensive guy. Everybody in the National Football League, the good teams have offensive minded coaches.
Bill
Defensive
O'Brien,
coordinators don't make good head coaches, man.
Bill O'Brien was offensive,
Yeah,
but
but
he's an idiot though.
yeah, but see, but Bill won. He won 4 NFC South championships too. Now he
With
won
a
4 NFC
defense.
South. Yeah, but I'm just saying when you got these new quarterbacks like Justin Fields and Justin Herbert and all these guys, you got to go out and get a guru. You
Yeah,
can't have.
yeah. Look at the guys that have been in the Super Bowl, winning Super Bowls lately. Stafford goes with McVay, wins it. I mean, Burrow went with Zach Taylor. He was an offensive coach.
Right.
For the Washington.
The Niners with Shanahan. I mean,
Everybody that's coaching that made the playoffs had that guy that was, offensive minded. Even Bruce Arians, You look at um,
LaFleur,
Andy
LaFleur,
Reid.
LaFleur with
Andy
the
Reid.
Packers.
Now look at the teams that lost, like the Titans, defensive minded head coach. You know, it got to the point to where you got Julio Jones, Derrick Henry, AJ Brown all on the same offense. You can't score. So yeah, I don't
See,
know. Edward
see,
Flux. I don't know.
when you have a defensive coach, it only works with veteran QBs who've been in the game for a while. It don't work well with younger QBs. Because the head coach and the QB usually have a relationship, right?
Right.
When you talk about Belichick, you talk about Brady. When you talk about Peyton, you talk about Breeze. You know, they always have a correlation together. So I don't know. I don't see him developing in Chicago. He
Or
might.
or you can do this. You can, if you are going to be a defensive head coach like Brian Flores, you get a good OC, and you get a good OC, and that may be what Chicago's going to do. They probably got a good OC, a good offensive coordinator, and you just coach the defense. You let him coach the offense. But with Justin Fields, he need a quarterback whisperer, somebody that can. Um, I think right now the hottest coach in the league right now. He hadn't even coached his first game. Is Mike McDaniels. I think it's his name, Mike McDaniels from the 49ers that's down there in Miami. Have y'all seen what he's been doing in Miami? Like all the YouTube videos or Instagram when he's down there doing the luau and singing and having fun with his players. Like he's like a college coach coaching in
I
the
like that
NFL.
guy. Yeah, I like that guy.
I like him too. I would play for him. He's like he gets it. So I don't know if it's going to translate into wins, but
If Tua don't pan out this year, they'll go in a different direction because they got some pieces. I mean,
oh
they got
yeah,
Tyreek Hill now.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why when Tom Brady was leaked to Miami, everybody was like, "That's an all mad Super Bowl contending team." Cause
Mm.
it's set, it's prime and ready. It's all on Tua now. It
But
falls
but
on his shoulders.
I would not count that out going forward. Like I was listening to Dan Patrick, and that was a done deal before Flores did, with the lawsuit and stuff like that. Brady was going to be a part owner of the Miami Dolphins, and he was going to be the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. So,
That's crazy.
that would have been
Only him.
huge, huge, man, huge. But, yeah, man, it's the Dolphins are they on their
You
way
know,
back up.
Brady want to go there and beat the Patriots 2 times a year too.
Yes, indeed.
And I heard that Sean Payton was linked to Miami
And went to
Dolphins.
Miami, yeah, yeah.
Man, I
Yep,
wouldn't hate Sean for that. I was like, man, go get your ring, bro. Go get your
yep.
ring.
Anybody but the Cowboys, huh?
Yeah, anybody but the Cowboys,
Right.
like, can't root for you, Sean. Can't do that. All right, so that rounds up the NFC North. We'll move on to the NFC East. Uh, Cowboys are picking 24th in the NFL draft. RC, who they going with?
The Cowboys. They they don't have GMs and owners that you can draft. They needed that. They damn sure need to do that. But they got rid of a lot of receivers, man. Like I know they still got CeeDee Lamb and they got Jeremy Gallup, but they got like four guys left that
And
was on
Cedric
that
Wilson.
receiver pool. So
Yeah,
I would,
Cedric Wilson went to Miami, didn't he?
yeah. And what pick do they have again?
24th.
I would try to get because the Cowboys need a lot of stuff. So for a team that made the playoffs and was good as they were, when they played in division, they need another receiver, need another guy or a tight end. So I probably would take a receiver, um, whatever the best receiver available if I was the Cowboys, just to give Dak some more weapons. Um, Defensively, they could use a pass rusher as well, but receiver or pass rusher.
Probably receiver, just get that some more weapons, man, to make him feel good about himself. Because right now that offense just don't have a lot of pieces. That tight end situation is pretty good. I forgot the kid's name. He came on this season.
Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, Dalton Schultz. That's why they let the other tight end go because Dalton Schultz. He lit it up. So I'm kind of on the fence. because Dallas defense wasn't great. I mean, they gave up a lot of points, but they also know on certain games they turned up.
What
Same with the
happened? To,
offense. Certain games they was on, some games they were off.
what happened to Van Der Esch, man? I thought he was going to be a star.
Injuries. Got the injury bug.
Derailed
You
his
know
career.
what they say, availability.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be available. If you're not available, then you're not helping your team out.
But think about this. So they select Jalen Smith many years ago, and he was really turning out to be great. And then that didn't work out. Van Der Rush has been hurt. I don't want to jinx Michael Parsons, but it's something going on in Dallas where they have a stud on defense, and then he starts getting injured after he gets paid. And they have that same problem on offense. They pay their offensive players, and they don't play the same way they did before they got paid. So um, let's see how Dak play a year after getting that big contract, and let's see if Michael Parsons can duplicate what he did, because now everybody has a playbook on him.
Yeah, cause
So
look what happened to Jalen.
right,
Remember, Jalen was a stud. Like he was having a Pro Bowl year.
Man, he looked bad this
Then
past
all of a
season.
sudden, now they say he can't cover. I'm like, when did this happen?
Yeah, he used
like,
to be
like
bad.
it happened overnight or something.
yeah.
I didn't know that. I never noticed.
But it's the Cowboys. The Cowboys are kind of like playing in the NFC East. They get away with a lot because those teams are really bad,
Yep.
and you don't really know how good the Cowboys is until they play outside of their division.
And that's the same way with the Packers.
Right.
Oh, that one weapon the Cowboys signed, James Washington.
Yeah,
I don't
that's a
know how
good
y'all
team.
feel about James
I
Washington.
like Pittsburgh.
Yep.
I like him. Him and Ray McLeod were really good with Pittsburgh. They just didn't have nobody throwing the ball. But
So they did lose an old line, one of their best old linemen, Collins, to the
yeah,
Bengals, and they lost Connor Williams to the
yeah,
Dolphins.
yeah, Joe Burrow needed what? No way he's going to the Dolphins.
Yeah,
Who? Who?
You said uh
Connor Williams.
Connor Williams is going to the Dolphins and Collins is going to the Bengals.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, ain't the Cowboys? What in the world? They had to get rid of all those players, man,
Did they pay
because of that. Wow.
uh dang, what's that kid's name? The running back. Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard.
He's still like on a rookie deal. But dude, I forgot the Dolphins got Teron Armstead too. Dang on, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They Super Bowl ready now.
But the problem right now, man, with the AFC, only one team can go to the Super Bowl. You know how many good teams over there?
Yes.
Bills,
Wow. Like
Dolphins.
I'm so glad we're not over there, man.
That's
They
why
gonna
I wish
them
Deshaun would
boys
have
gonna be
went
so beat up before they can get to the Super Bowl.
NFC. Deshaun should have went NFC, man.
I know he should have went to the NFC and got in Cleveland.
Broncos.
Cleveland will not have enough to compete. Like
I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna be a dog fight in the AFC.
It's gonna be fun to watch though. Next year's gonna be a fun year to watch.
it truly is.
Blake Jarwin, that was the other tight end we couldn't think about that they lost. So you saying receivers since they lost Amari Cooper, you know, they need to do something on the offense side of the ball. I forget about the defense because defense, like I said, sometimes they on, sometimes they not. So
Right.
I'll definitely try to help out Dak, try to get his mental state back right, where he feel comfortable in the pocket and with his guys. All right, let's move on to the Eagles. Taylor Gatwood, they are picking 15th and 18th in the first round. 2 picks. Use them wisely.
Okay, I'm definitely going receiver. I'm getting I mean, dude,
Yeah, Rager.
no, Rager's done for. Rager's trash.
Like, how can you catch in college but not catch in the NFL?
I mean, I'm not saying he's had the best quarterbacks to work with, but
He
he's
dropped
trash.
some
He's
bad
trash.
passes.
Yeah, he's trash. and then after probably receiver because they have 2 first-round picks. So
Mm-hmm.
receiver, and they probably need another. They need some secondary.
Mm-hmm.
They got Darius Slade, but they do need another corner. Um, their pass rush isn't bad. They have some pretty
That D
good.
line legit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't really need pass rushers. They need another linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
They thin at that position.
maybe another O lineman, but their O line's not bad either. I mean, I'd say the first 2 picks, I'd go receiver and secondary for them.
I'll probably do the same thing. Just because of Jalen Hurts, like he's mobile. So your offensive line don't have to be in top 10. Gotta be in the middle of the pack, because he can get out the pocket. He can be that Taysom Hill type dude. So they signed Zach Pascal to a 1 year deal. They signed Greg Ward to a 1 year deal. I don't even sign him back. Um let's see what did they lose?
Also, like they could go receiver and linebacker, or they could go linebacker and secondary in the first round, go receiver in the second round because it's a pretty deep receiver class.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's going to be some gems in the second round at
But I
receiver,
think they need
a number one.
a number one
You don't
because
think you don't
Devontae
think
Smith,
Devontae? You think he's a number
huh?
two? You think he's a number 2 in the
Yeah,
NFL?
I think he's a number two. I
I
think
think
I don't see him as a first.
I think he's going to be really good, but I do think they do need maybe because he's smaller. Maybe they can get like a bigger receiver,
Mm-hmm.
like
He
a
almost
big
he's
body.
like a better Nelson Aguilar. He's just faster, he can
He's got
stretch the
better
field.
hands for sure.
Yeah, he got better hand. Like, I'm not saying like he can't catch, but he's remind me of like how they use Nelson Aguilar to run them deep outs and ends and stretch the field. That was
Yeah,
Devontae Smith do. I think he worked mediate to long range, so
I think
routes.
the perfect target for them would have been obviously he re-signed with the Chargers, but if they'd have picked up like Mike
Like,
Williams or something,
yeah, mm-hmm.
but maybe they can get like a receiver like that in the draft, like a bigger target with some speed.
Well, they picked 15. They could get Burks or what's another big receiver? Williamson is just like Devontae Smith in my opinion.
I think Burks would be a good target. I mean, Burks.
Yeah, I
I've
think
watched him
Burks is
play.
a huge target.
He was burning up Alabama secondary this year. Like it's not like he was doing anything in scrubs. He was in the SEC.
Yeah, dude, like 6'2", like almost like 220.
Yeah, I like him.
Uh, he had that To type body. You know what I'm saying? He can go across the middle and make them catches. They also do that Debo Samuel role. Cause we saw him break a lot of tackles at Arkansas.
Yeah,
The Eagles have to get better. I think that if they don't turn around, Jalen Hurts might be out of there. I mean, they shouldn't even be in the playoffs. They didn't even show up. They didn't even get off the bus versus Tampa. It was a slaughterhouse.
yeah.
You realize the
It's just showing that the Eagles have no imagination with their offense.
the NFL got that wrong, man. I know they added the extra game, but let's say, did y'all play the Eagles last year?
Yes,
Okay, y'all lost or won.
we
We
lost.
lost.
Okay. Let's check this out. Now, the way y'all was playing at the end of the year and the way we was playing, let's say the Eagles was the odd man out. Imagine New Orleans going into Tampa Bay for that first game. It's a whole different situation because
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay has struggled with the Saints. So now Brady might lose, you know, in that wild card round. You see, and that's the NFL got that wrong. The Eagles, the NFC East. I know you can't. You got to play the schedule, y'all did lose to them, but we beat them and almost not made the playoffs. See, that's what I didn't like about it. I'm like, we beat them handily, but they were not good. I think they were fool's gold. I don't think they were really as good as advertised. Y'all were much better. They caught y'all at the wrong time, but um, they're another organization. You really don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
You really can't grasp what they're trying to do with that team.
Yeah, they call it Bermuda Triangle. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like they just
Hmm.
lost. They just wondering, trying to find a way out. And I don't even know. I don't see a vision, to be honest.
dude.
If you're an Eagles fan, how can you tell me your team gonna be good when there's no clear cut visions because they don't even know they want to stick with Jalen.
Yeah,
They
like
don't even know,
that
huh?
Eagles Super Bowl win was the most random Super Bowl win in a
Yeah.
long time.
Well, Carson Wentz. This is before all the injuries. You know what I'm saying?
Nick
I
Foles
think he
just
was
had
a
a
different
magical
person.
run. Nick Foles just had a magical run. Like I don't know, it was
No,
just
I think it was all the
so
coach.
random.
I think it was Doug Pearson. Doug Pearson just put together a masterful game plan,
Yeah.
and now they can't put. Now since he left, you know what I'm saying, they can't put together nothing, and they don't. You can't tell me that you going in the right direction when you unsure about your quarterback situation. If you're unsure about your quarterback situation, then you're not going very far. You're gonna be stuck in that same circle since who was the last good quarterback they had? What, Wentz, I guess?
Yeah.
Jeff
McNabb.
Garcia, Delvin and McNabb, Jeff Garcia.
Jeff
Hey
Garcia, bro. You
Vic too.
remember
Hey
Jeff Garcia, bro?
Vic,
That's
Vic.
a name.
But I think in in the Eagles' defense, um, they had one hell of a defense that year. They won the Super Bowl too. They got after the quarterback, and they had Michael Jenkins. I think his name what was Jenkins. Malcolm Jenkins
Yeah.
was second.
Yeah,
They
Fletcher
had a lot of
Cox.
leaders. Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham. They had a lot of leaders at each level of that defense. So it was a random Super Bowl win, but it was like that year the league was wide open in the NFC too. So I just feel like the Eagles and the Cowboys, it's just like whoever can figure out, because they both. I think the Eagles have a better coach, so I would put them ahead of the Cowboys if I had to. But
you. I don't know. I feel like the Cowboys do this because they know they better. I think the Cowboys are single handedly better than the Eagles, and I think the Cowboys do this because they know they see who's in this division. They're like, man, we got it every year. And then the only reason why the Eagles might put up a fight because of their defense. I think the Cowboys just taking this stuff for granted. I don't think they really serious. Jerry Jones say he won a ring, but he can't put a good team together. And the Eagles, they just trying to get to the Cowboys level. Like that's their main goal is to get to the Cowboys level, and they just keep falling short. Uh, when they not Miles Gaskin, the running back
Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders, they just figured out how to use them right, which is so crazy. The
He's
bigger they wouldn't even
fine.
feed him. And when they did feed him, they stopped feeding him. Like they were like, all right, we're gonna give you carries, but we're not gonna give you carries. We're gonna put you in a little passing game. We're not gonna put you in a little pass. Like it was unfreaking believable. But that's why every time in the fancy draft roll around, I stayed away from Miles Sanders because they just don't know how to use the kid.
Yeah,
And he's
because
talented.
I mean, you have a running quarterback who's not the best passer. Like you got to feed the running back.
And he got benched for Jordan Howard. That's what I'm saying. Like the Eagles, they don't know what they're doing, man. Miles Sanders is he can catch the ball. He can do the same stuff as Joe Mixon, but they refuse to give the kid the carries and get him in the right situations. Like draw up some plays, man. Just don't turn around and hand the ball off to him. Wide him out. Like give him in motion. Like do something. Cause he showed potential. Then all of a sudden, like, he getting too much light. Now we might have to pay him. All right. It's just dumb. It's really just dumb, man. Even though I know he had injuries, but when he's been healthy, like dude, just he showed that he can play. All right, Tyler, the Giants have the 5th and 7th pick in the NFL draft.
Dang, he got
Like
the
to
rough
see
one.
where they going.
He got the
Man.
rough one.
Right. You took my I wanted the Eagles, bro, but but nah, with that first pick, if I hope I don't think he's gonna be there, but maybe if some way he falls there, the offensive tackle from Bama,
hmm
I think that'll be the perfect first pick for them, especially with them not knowing. I don't think they're really sure on what they want to do with Daniel Jones. So, and with there not being really any quarterbacks in this draft that just stick out, like talking about, I think it's safe to go offensive line, especially him. Like he nice, he a stud
Yeah,
for real.
yeah.
And second, I had trouble with that one. Maybe they could definitely use a corner or an edge rusher.
Yeah, they could. They need
They
everything.
need
To be honest, they
everything.
need
I would probably
running
go
back.
Sauce.
Yeah, Sauce Gunner. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I wouldn't say running back yet. I mean, give Barkley one more
Nah.
year, man. Offense.
I was
Nah,
just playing. I
don't
wasn't
get
saying running back. Like, it's no good. Like, it's no running back jumping off in the first round like that anyway.
nah. I think but if I would go Sauce next.
I don't just say this.
Or edge rusher.
Tyler, I don't just say this.
Or,
If they think Daniel Jones their quarterback, they have to go O line the fifth pick and receiver the seventh. They gotta go all in on this offense. Cause right now this offense is poo.
yeah, but I think with them being uncertain, like let's say they looking to the next draft for a quarterback if they are uncertain. You can't go wrong with an O lineman.
Exactly. You got to
So
build the trenches.
man,
Oh, yeah.
bump this. We gotta get Daniel Jones a weapon. Cause he throwing
So,
to freaking Kenny Galladay.
Bro,
Kenny
what's
Galladay
wrong
don't
with
even
Kenny
know.
Galladay, bro? Don't do
Kenny
that.
Galladay's not a
Man.
slouch. Bro, Kenny Galladay's not a slouch, bro.
I'm
Nah,
not
he
saying
not,
he,
man.
but he showed acting like a slouch this past season, throwing hissy fits.
He was hurt.
Bro, get open.
I'd be throwing hissy fits too if I played for the Giants.
He get open.
Yeah.
So he wasn't a what did Matthew Stafford make him look like a number one?
Probably.
But
I
don't
think
don't say his name like he just sorry though. Like you just said his name.
like he went to the Pro Bowl like 2 years ago. Like he's a good receiver. I think
Yeah, he nice.
I think he is good. He's just I mean the Giants, bro, this is the Giants.
Man, they I don't know if they really believe in Daniel Jones. I think they just be saying that crap. I remember they said Barkley and Daniel Jones are open. No, they open to move both of them.
Nobody wants
But
Daniel Jones. Nobody wants him.
we don't even know what Daniel Jones can do though.
Bro, he's been playing for like 4 years, bro. He's trash.
But he had like a new coach. He ain't has stability. Has he?
Nah, he hasn't. That's a very valid argument.
I mean, I don't think he's complete trash. He's not like a Sam Darnold. He's better than Sam Darnold. I'll give him
Yeah,
that.
he is.
But I mean, he hasn't had no line. That's true. He really hasn't. Yeah, I mean, they got to take that tackle. If they don't take the tackle first round, that's
Yeah,
just
you take the tackle. Yeah, you take the tackle. You gotta protect them, but take the receiver with the second pick. Bump the
You going
defense.
receiver?
We
Wait,
need to score some
I'm not mad
points.
at that though. I'm not mad at that.
they have 5 and 7. You said.
Yes.
So you want them to go? Who you want them to go with? Which receiver is worth the 7th overall pick?
Williamson.
But he's coming off an ACL.
They don't care. Some analysts don't really care. They say he'll be ready.
I think he's gonna fall.
What's their next pick after that? I forgot their next pick.
I don't think they can pick against the second, but the wide receiver class is deep. But you're gonna have to take one of those guys.
You don't think they can get a solid receiver in the second round? Is it late?
But nah,
I
Williamson.
do because they have an early second round pick. They got an early second round.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, y'all passing on Chris Olave. Not Chris Olave, the other receiver from Ohio State. Man, my mind going blank right now.
I know who you're talking about.
They can get a nice receiver next year. They're gonna suck again anyway.
But they projecting Williamson to be a star though.
Who?
I do. I do think he's gonna be a star. But I mean, you never know what he's gonna be like off the ACL. I mean, he's probably still gonna be good, but some people aren't the same after ACL tears.
Well, you know who set this organization back on the offense side of the ball.
You talking about Odell, aren't you?
That's
No.
not who he's gonna say. You know who he's gonna say.
Barkley set this offense
I told
back.
you.
Man, he kind of derailed them.
I mean, not really.
Yes, really.
How? I mean,
because they back at square one. They not that good on the offense side of the ball.
Wait. Ben,
they sucked. They sucked when he was healthy.
Get him, RC.
Ben needs therapy again. Listen, man, what are you saying? Like, you gotta understand the Giants. You cannot put this on Saquon Barkley. No, Ben. No. You can't put this on
He's
Saquon.
not available, RC. He's never available. You call his phone and he don't pick up.
That's Will Fuller.
You can't put it on Saquon, man, because he's just a running back playing within that offense. Answer this for me. They in the same, aren't they in the same like they're like just as dysfunctional as every other team in the NFC East? Like everybody in the NFC East has front office problems. And the Giants, I mean, they're changing coaches like socks and draws, man. Like it ain't Saquon. Saquon's laying his body on the line for him now. You don't agree with that?
Ben,
What body?
they sucked when Saquon was like
Man,
really
says
good,
what body?
winning Rookie of the Year. When he won Rookie of the Year that year, they still sucked.
1 year, Gatwood. 1 year.
It's cold blooded. That
He's
man
still
said
I
what
mean, little
body?
guy needs of a 40-year-old at this
what
point.
body?
You go play running back in the NFL and see how it turns out.
That's why I want to play running back. That's why I want to play running back in the NFL. He's shot. And how old is he? Like 25?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's
We
got
really-
time.
isn't he a free agent?
No,
Nah,
he's got
he
another
might be
year.
Trent Richardson.
Bro, don't say that. Do not
Don't
disrespect him like that. Do not disrespect him like that.
No.
I'm just looking at the drive. I'm just looking at the.
But not Trent Richardson, bro.
Man,
I'm
it's
just
hard.
looking at the Giant draft picks in the first round. Oh, they suck at picking. Like I don't know who their scouts are,
Wow.
but they must be
They must be
some toddlers or
they must
something.
be related to Bill O'Brien.
Saquon 2018. Evan Ingram, another
That's a
injury
good
prone. Why would you take
That's a
Evan
good
Ingram?
pick though, man. He just
There was, but he hasn't. That's another guy that hasn't been available, and now he's gone. Eli Apple in 2016.
wait. Ingram's gone?
Ingram's gone.
Ingram's on the Jags now.
Oh my God. I'm
Wow.
talking
I
about
thought
that
he
guy.
was there.
That guy is an awesome weapon. He just ain't had a quarterback, man. That dude, he's like remember the guy that used to play tight end for the Redskins? I said the Redskins. The Washington
Commanders.
Commanders. You remember that guy, Jordan Reed?
Yes.
Mhm.
That's Ingram. They most athletic tight ends like that kid could play, man. That was a good pick, man.
Yeah,
Nah,
he was
Eli-
The
insane
Giants
in
haven't
college.
drafted. The Giants
Ingram,
haven't drafted real well since 2007.
Ingram was insane in college.
Saquon was a good pick, bro. Don't do that.
I had two good picks in the amount of what,
What's
12
wrong with him?
years, 13 years.
But they want to listen to me, man. Listen to me. Out of all these teams we talked about in NFCs, two of them has won a Super Bowl recently, right? It's the Giants and the Eagles have won Super Bowls recently, not just like the past couple of years, but they've been more relevant than the Commanders and the Cowboys, the two C's. You know, they ain't done nothing.
Yeah, the
So
Cowboys ain't been relevant since Emmett.
the Giants have to rebuild, and then you know, being that I feel like the Giants probably just you know it's bigger. It's a coach issue with them. They have the talent because I like the Tony kid, the wide receiver. Last name is Tony. He's
Yeah,
pretty good,
from Florida. Yeah, he was really good in college. He could be a weapon if they used him right.
right?
Hey, yeah, they just had a series of they don't know how to run an organization.
But
I'm
they
just looking
look,
at that draft picks, and they ain't hitting on nothing. When you don't hit on your draft picks, man, it sets you back.
yeah,
You got
I
to
agree with
start
that.
letting Saquon make it, man.
I just know from what I saw. I kept up with him the last 2 years because he was on my fantasy squad, so I paid really close attention to him.
But you gotta take the fantasy side away from it, Ben.
Yes,
I know. I'm saying I'm correlated with me watching his tape, with me watching him play. It's not. I wouldn't be like, oh, he didn't give me a touchdown. I was watching his game. I was just watching to see what he was doing. I was like,
I agree with you
he
saying.
looking
Like,
slow. He
I
looking
agree.
slow at his cuts.
He did not look good last year, but I agree with that. But like I'm just give him. We got to at least give him one more year. Give him the benefit of the doubt. He came off an injury last year, a major injury. Let's give him one more year, and then we can.
When Booker looking better than you, and we don't even know where Booker came from, then
Who scored a
that's over.
touchdown to beat the Saints? Who?
That guy Marshawn, man, Marshawn
Come
always do
on,
this
RC.
dumb stuff, man.
I hate to use that as an example.
Cause Marshawn didn't take him
That's why
seriously.
he's
He
salty.
like, oh,
That's
we
why
got
he's salty.
busted knees Saquon out here on me. I ain't gonna pay him no mind.
That's why he's salty about it.
No, it's not. I promise you. Because we will win the game. We lost it, but Saquon, Marshawn didn't take him seriously because he saw Saquon. He said, "Man, he had 2 ACL tears. This dude ain't gonna do nothing." And that's Marshawn for you. See, that's how you know Barkley didn't mean nothing. When Marshawn don't take you seriously, he don't think you all that.
That's
But
stupid.
ACL tears now is not like it was years ago. Like you can tear your ACL and
Yeah,
medicine
that's true.
is
That's
advanced.
true.
I saw a guy. You seeing guys now tear their Achilles and come back and play sports. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna see with Saquon. We're gonna see. I'm gonna be watching him closely again. All right. The Commanders are up with the 11th pick in the first round. So I'm thinking to myself, they got Carson Wentz now. And
Lord help him.
Terry McLaurin, they getting Logan Thomas back. Um, like what do they really need?
Gibson, they got Gibson at running back.
Antonio Gibson.
They got the backup.
I
What's
was
his name?
like,
They're actually a pretty good team, man. They like sneaky good. They
Yeah,
that
their
just
defense
defense
is
was
nice.
carrying him.
they will fire you up. You don't pay attention to them.
Yeah,
Like don't sleep on them in the game, man. They is difficult. Think about it. They beat Tom Brady last year handily.
Yep,
They
they
lit him
did.
up. I'm talking about that pass rushing. Then you got the Chase Young coming back. You still got Montez Sweat. You got Anderson in the middle. Like they're a problem. They just got the worst name in football. You know,
I still call them Washington. I still haven't got used to the Commanders. I just call them
Washington football
Washington.
team was definitely better than the
So
Commanders.
what you say?
I wouldn't say the worst.
Washington football team was definitely better than the Commanders
Yes.
team.
Yeah, I like Washington football team, so I just keep calling them Washington.
like
I'm
the
not even like
Commanders. The
acknowledging the
Commanders.
Commanders right now.
The Commanders is so XFL, so USFL. It is so like it's like a fictional team that you're watching in a movie. The Commanders are playing the Camachos. You're like, what the? You know, it's not.
He said a Camacho.
It's just, it don't make any sense. It's like it's not NFL. NFL hit with all their names, their team names, even the Texans. Like all they did was just go back and reach it. The Texans was actually a team in the National Football League. Why you just couldn't
Mhm.
go back and be like, look for a name that you probably the Washington Generals or something like that you used once. And
Even the Browns sound like an NFL team.
yeah, most definitely. I mean,
So I'm thinking to myself about Washington, about their offense side, but cause we know their defense legit. I seen some mock drafts had them taking another D lineman. I'm like, why? They already can generate pass rush and everything. And so I did a little deep research. The Washington Commander was 23rd in points per game, 20th in scoring percentage, 21st in total yards, 22nd in passing yards, 23rd in sacks per game. So they allow their QB getting sacked a lot.
What was their
So
what was their defensive? Do you know their defensive?
no, I didn't look at the defense. I know they were top 10.
Yeah, their defense is good.
So I'm not going defense. That offense is terrible. When you in the 20s in almost every category, you have to be for that. You
okay.
gotta score points.
The
You got
problem
to.
that they had was I liked Tyler Heineken,
Tyler,
but the
same
thing
thing.
about it is you played a season with a guy that was at one time on the street. So to win games in the National Football League, you need a quarterback, and that's all they missing, man. It's a quarterback. If Carson Wentz is healthy, it's a big if. The Commanders are going to the playoffs, huh?
Just
Write it
just just hope they don't play the Jaguars to make the playoffs.
Write it down though. The Commanders. I'm picking the Commanders to go to the playoffs, man. Write it down.
That's not too far fetched. They made it a couple years back. Well, 2 years back. I'm going offensive line because it's just when you 23rd in sacks allowed.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Carson Wentz ain't gonna survive.
No, he won't. I take that
It-
back. They're not going to the playoffs. He gonna be dead by. He gonna be dead by November. The thing
hey,
about him, he goes down in history as the only person I've ever known or ever heard of spraining both his ankles in one game. I just can't get over that. How is that possible?
Yeah, that's AD level injury right there.
oh my goodness. I
Unbelievable.
don't know how you do that, man. He just frazzled. You gonna have to put him in full body cast.
A bubble.
And yeah, I tell Taylor Heineke to keep them cleats laced up.
Yep.
Because he might be going back in the game soon. With that O line, oh my word. Kyle think like, man, they need to get a receiver. They gotta put somebody on the opposite side of McLaurin. But I was like, nah, he ain't be able to get the ball off in time. With that running game, the running game was still top notch, but they not gonna be able to get the ball off. So I'm like, man, we gotta beef up the O line if they want to have a chance. They only 2 years removed from the playoffs, so they got a chance to get back in it. So we're gonna see what old Carson Wentz. What Shannon Sharp be saying? Oh, walk me to him. What he be saying?
Walk it to him Wentz.
Walk me to him. Why he saw call him that?
I don't know.
I don't know either. That's a weird nickname to give Carson Wentz because he ain't walking nowhere, self in the cast.
Not with 2 bad ankles, he not.
All right, so Dustin won't be able to get on tonight. He said he got a pharmacology test tomorrow.
I don't know, bro. That boy smart.
Yeah, he's studying to be a doctor, or whatever. I don't know. He sure ain't studying to be a legend, but he's studying to be a doctor. All right, so the Lakers fired coach Frank Vogel. And the interesting thing about this whole process was Russell Westbrook comments, asking him about the whole situation. The dude is in denial. It's just funny. Well, I'm about to read his comment. It's just funny that he don't see the problem. He said, this is Russell Westbrook on Frank Vogel. I'm not sure what his issue was with me. I just felt that I never was given a fair chance just to be who I need to be and to be able to help this team. RC, what in the world is he talking about?
Well, I really, when I first heard it, I was watching it on Undisputed, and Shannon was going up. Shannon be yelling, man. I can't. He just going off like he's having a nervous breakdown. I'm like, for those of us who've been watching Russ, this is him. This has been him all his whole career. I'm not surprised by the comment. I mean, that's narcissistic behavior, bro. Like you can't. He has no self awareness. He don't realize that he's been allowed to play the way he played. That's why it ain't working out. And Frank Vogel actually was one of the few coaches that probably reprimanded him, that probably told him, hey, man, look, you can't play that way. You can't just continuously turn the ball over. You can't act like you don't care. You can't, try to fight the crowd because the crowd is at your neck. Like he just carries on like he's just, invisible. Or he's just, he didn't even admit to any kind of, you know, I don't think I heard him say, "Hey, I had some bad games. I was a part of the reason why we didn't make the playoffs." So it's just Russ being Russ, man. Now we're starting to see and better understand why KD left Oklahoma City. KD don't really look like a snake anymore to me. He really look like a smart man. Um, he was trying to get out of there by any means necessary because Russ is he's more than delusional, bro. When you start putting on dresses, there's something,
Oh man.
something seriously wrong with him. So it's bigger.
He don't know he's the daddy of the mama.
Oh
That
my.
too.
Bro, don't talk. He's a good dad though.
He's an awesome.
Great dad.
He's a great dad, but this.
I was just saying he's a great
A
mama
great guy,
too.
too.
Apparently,
Wow. All right, bro.
But think about it. Russ played this tough guy image in Oklahoma City. Then he gets to Los Angeles, and he becomes the Pillsbury Doughboy. I don't understand it. I'm
soft
confused.
as Charmin. So Tyler, I know you heard his comments about the team not letting him play like he wanted to play. and he said that according to some sources that Russell Westbrook was like, I'm the point guard. I'm carrying the ball up court. Nobody else don't need to. Give me the ball. What do you think about what he's saying about LeBron shouldn't carry the ball up court? Uh, none. No, the other guys. And he's saying, I'm the point guard. Give the ball to me. And Frank Vogel was like, everybody's a point guard. Everybody can handle the ball. And Westbrook was just adamant about him carrying the ball up himself.
Yeah, he is like RC said. He's real narcissistic. I just don't get it. Like he's always said crazy stuff like this all season. Yeah, I know y'all remember when he was like, "I can turn the ball over." Like, what do you mean, bro? You can't do that,
bro. You're a point guard.
You talking about I'm the point guard? Then you gonna say I can turn the ball over? That's not how this works, Russell.
Like he get a pass because Russell Westbrook.
Right.
Like
Them
he turn the ball over when he wants to.
Them triple doubles over with, fam. But
My goodness.
I hate it in the NBA. You can really a coach can get fired for coaching. Frank Vogel has almost no blame, if you ask me. Look what he had to work with, and then he coaches Russell Westbrook and benches him.
That's true.
Right.
So I found this stat that was pretty interesting. When the Lakers had Robin Lopez, Randall, Ingram, Lonzo, they were 35 and 47. That was a 17 to 18 season. But with AD, Westbrook, Melo, and LeBron, they went 33 and 49. All right, so LeBron came out and said it's not a failed season. Gatwood.
That's not a failed season.
Call a spade a spade.
That's not a failed season.
Yes.
I thought they were supposed to be a super team. How's that not a failed season?
Apparently, it's not a failed season in his eyes.
Because he averaged 30 a game?
Right.
He said, I didn't have failed season. No guy said
I didn't suck.
season.
Y'all suck. That's how
I think that's what we really saying here. You know what I'm saying? You got to read in between the lines of what's really going on. He said that it wasn't a failed season. He said, I had a good season.
Well,
But I thought it was crazy.
I didn't like AD's comments when he was saying we had more starting lineups than wins. That sounds like an excuse to me, man.
Look at the
It
Warriors.
was facts, though.
But the Warriors went through the same thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's true. Yeah.
And they won 50 games.
Yeah, and you don't hear Steph complaining.
I mean, they are in the playoffs.
Yeah, that make a world difference when you know
They got young guys though. Everybody on the Lakers old.
They shouldn't have built their roster like that.
I listened to Norm Nixon talk about, he's a former Laker, talk about LeBron James. He said something that I said, Ben's probably going to use this as ammunition. He said, watch LeBron James after he turns the ball over or he misses a shot. He never gets back in the picture. He's still on the other end of the court. And they said Vogel got onto him or gets onto him, and he don't like being challenged that way. And they said as you start getting older as an athlete, you don't want to run as much. 19, 20 years in the NBA, he averaged crazy numbers offensively, but he didn't play defense, and he didn't get back on defense after he made a mistake. And that's the problem. You can't have the top dog playing that way because everybody else it trickles down to everybody else.
that's very true. When you're the leader, you can't carry that type of body language. It come contagious. Where they're like, well, he's doing it, that's our leader. Well, I don't act like that too. When I don't get a call I don't like, I'm not gonna hustle back. I'm gonna argue with the ref. I'm gonna look at the ref crazy, you know what I'm saying? Instead of getting back on defense and trying to make up for it. And that's one of the prime examples of why I don't like LeBron, because he's a flopper and crybaby. When someone don't go his way, he thinks he's supposed to get the superstar treatment and get every call. I mean, it's just like Shaq. When Shaq got fouled, you know what I'm saying? He's big, so they ain't really give him all his foul calls.
Hey, if you want to hear LeBron hate, just fast forward to the end of our podcast every time, because that's what you're
Your daily dose of LeBron hate coming to you. Hey, if y'all want a daily dose of LeBron hate, sign up for it. I can send y'all
follow Ben Reynolds at VOF.
I can send a daily quote, inspiration in LeBron. quote to start your day off right, and yeah, get you ready for NBA season.
Dustin,
But
he still ain't looked into the therapy yet, has he?
hey, it working. You know, the Lakers not in the playoffs. I'm feeling good. You know,
Dude, how
That's
you
a temp.
happy your
That's a
team?
temporary band aid.
You ever met somebody that's happy their team not in the playoffs, bro?
I swear. I swear.
Never seen anything like it,
But
bro.
no, I mean, let me change it. I'm happy LeBron not in the playoffs. I hope they blow this thing up. You know what I'm saying? Rebuild, just ship all these pieces out, bring in some fresh young guys who want to play defense, who want to listen to the coaches, who want to
Yeah,
get
I agree
better.
with that.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
have to.
I agree with all that, man. I'm kind of over the LeBron James experience. Like he's he's a great player. I don't feel like as much as he talk and much as he carries on, he don't have to do that. His name is NFC, man.
Hmm.
He's an all time great. He don't have to keep reminding. It's like he's campaigning for a position that he already has. Like, dude, you are one of the best players to ever play the game. You don't have to do this. You don't have to make it about you. And so I'm just ready for it to be over with, man.
Yeah, I'm tired of hearing about it in the headlines, man. LeBron, please go somewhere else, dude. S- Save us all the anguish and the hype. Got everybody hyped this season about, oh man, look at all the, especially Tyler, man. He fanboying over there with his Laker flag, you know, waving it proudly. And he talking about, man, look at who we got. Kendrick Nunn, man. We got Melo. We sent all these players,
Hey,
man.
bro, it was
We gonna
sounding
be
good at
great.
first, bro.
It did.
I couldn't hear no Tyler send me constant LeBron content. You know, like this dude right here. I hope they really fail now. See, it's all
Oh
on you,
my!
Tyler.
They be
Wow.
praying on your downfall. Good lord,
They hate greatness.
It's all
they
Tyler.
hate greatness, bro.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. When the Lakers lose or something LeBron do, bro, I hit Tyler immediately.
Bill be like, yes, they lost.
Start calling Ben Lieutenant Dan.
You're right.
Hey Ben. Hey Ben. He's got his LeBron Cavs jersey on right now. He didn't burn it for a reason.
Hey.
Man, I gave it to my dog. To let him sleep on it, you know, bite it, rip it up, wear his chew toy, and let him have it. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all know the play-in games are happening right now.
Really?
The Cavaliers almost came back though. It was 108. It was 108 to 115, but we already knew the Nets gonna win. I had my finger crossed, but you know, I ain't trying to buy no meals over here.
Yeah.
Right now, Clippers are beating the Timberwolves 45-44, so it's close.
Hey, but you still got the Sixers coming out the East, Ben?
Nah, I had the Sixers outpacing the Nets,
Oh, okay.
but I don't want a
He's scared.
refund though.
He's
If I
scared.
can
Look,
get
he's
one.
scared now. Look, boy, hey, he made that bit.
I should never. I can't stand hard. I don't know why I
Yes,
did that.
sir.
Come on,
I
bro.
got hyped for Embiid, man. I thought, man,
Nah,
fool's
Harden, your
gold,
guy.
man. I never liked Harden. Why did I do this?
Oh
I
no,
never
man.
liked Harden.
Hater.
Put your money on the wrong guy, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, oh my goodness. It's just like dude that trains so much still have pot belly. It's unbelievable.
Hey,
That boy in
pray
the
for him
stew.
though, man, because he's in Philadelphia and they don't play over there. You see what they did to Ben Simmons? Took
That
his
boy,
whole brain.
Yeah. Left him motionless.
boy, he want to be in the studio with Lil Durk and them.
Yeah.
Man. That's another thing giving me about Harden, man. He be out fanboying with all these rappers, man.
Fanboying. They're fanboying on him, bro.
Nah. Every time I see him, he's smiling in the
Nah,
background.
bro.
Just happy to be part of it.
Him and
Little
Lil
baby.
Baby look like childhood best friends.
Man, sick me, man.
They all in Paris together. Boy, if you don't go get some shots up,
On dates.
yeah, all on play
In the
dates.
city of love on Gatwood.
Stop hating, bro.
Wee.
Yeah.
Stick to Ben. Just stick to LeBron. I like it better when you stick to LeBron.
Nah, I gotta give Harden some hate, bro. He laying me down. Should never went with him.
Skip Reynolds.
Ben Bayless.
Hey,
Come on, Skip. Skill.
Oh my word. It just bruh. LeBron and Harden.
At least
All right,
LeBron's an
so
all time great. Hey, Harden.
yeah, at least you can say that about LeBron, you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
about to
But
have to head off this pod.
well, Harden, oh my word.
Like,
Jeez.
listen, Gatwood, listen, man. Deshaun Watson, you'll never get a. Only reason why Ben talks crazy about Deshaun Watson because he picked the Browns over the Saints. But when it comes to James Harden, we cannot defend James. James Harden,
Nah, bro.
he's like the most unreliable, untrustworthy. As a fan, you cannot argue for James Harden. I used to argue for James Harden all the time, man.
Oh, I do
I
too.
hated how he played.
I can't. I'm the same way. I mean, I always argue with him argue for him when he's on the Rockets, but he's a different type person now.
He
Man,
is.
you sound like a girlfriend trying
With
to
the
get back to
Rockets,
her
though, he
boyfriend.
wanted to win. Man. He did want to win with the Rockets
He's a
for sure.
different person now. He don't,
Just
he
don't
don't
know who
cheat
she is
anymore.
anymore.
He don't have multiple girlfriends anymore. I'm the only
But
one.
yes, I would defend Deshaun till I'm blue in the face. Though the Harden, I understand, so I can understand the hate with Harden, but don't. I mean, I understand Deshaun does have some flaws.
Even though he hit 26,
What? Oh no.
Hmm?
No, no, no,
We don't want to
22.
no.
talk about that. We don't want to talk
No,
about
no,
dude.
no, no.
Stop. Just
Bro,
stop.
bro, Ben gotta go, bro.
Ben, it's your bedtime, bro.
Ben, come on, man.
I was just asking. So I was just like, you saying you never.
This man here, bro. Somebody get that timestamp right there. That's crazy.
I'm just saying, even though
Wow.
with that 22 on him,
Oh, he said it again. Bro, stop.
Bro.
I don't know, bro.
Can we just
Bro,
all respect each other's favorite athletes? I mean, dang.
I mean, my favorite athlete didn't do 22.
I ain't got nothing for that man.
Don't act like Kobe didn't get accused of some stuff.
He had sexual relations. That's a totally different from.
Bro, y'all have to stop, bro.
He
Please
cheated
stop.
on his wife, but
Ben.
it was willingly. It was all willingly.
Yo, boy, it's crazy, bro.
All right, I did want to bring up one more thing for in this pod. Did y'all see what happened to Cam Newton?
Yes.
I
Why,
did.
bro? Why do people know that they just can't say stuff like that
Yeah.
anymore? Like,
Damn.
I mean,
Man.
all right. So I'll read what he said. I think it's this like a paraphrasing of the whole conversation. He begins by distinguishing between a woman and a bad chick. He later defines a woman as handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs. And
Hmm.
then he declares when a woman declares herself to be a boss chick, but you can't cook, you don't know when to quiet, you don't know how to allow a man to lead. All right, I want to just say this about Cam Newton. He was on to something, then he just like
They got off.
totally went. He got flashbacks or something about some of his past relationship. He talking to a specific female,
wasn't
especially
good.
about the one that talk too much. So I was like, first I was like, okay, I might be on Cam Newton's side. Then I like thought about it. I was like, he can't really speak on much because I heard he have 7 kids with like 4 baby mamas or 5.
Hmm.
So first of all, you expect this, but in your reality, it's totally different from your expectation. So you kind of like a hypocrite
Mm-hmm.
because you out here, expecting a woman to be this, but what are women expectations of you? And you out here just knocking up women willingly, then you can't really speak on it. You know what I'm saying? If you're not not practicing what you preach, then you just be out there being a hoe too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You talking about women? You can't use words like can't cook and don't know when to be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't, bro.
Can't do it,
For
bro.
I
real.
like the whole cooking thing too. Like my wife, she can cook. Like she let me lead the household. Like when it comes to important decisions, we talk about it and then come to a final decision. But she
Mm-hmm.
let me be the man of the house. You know what I'm saying? And I get that, but we worked at it. Like it wasn't just like, oh, I'm just like the absolute ruler. No, it's a relationship. So we gotta make choices together.
Right.
and I don't think he understand how a marriage or relationship works. It's true the man supposed to be, the provider and all this protector and this and this and this. But in today's age, women doing great things too, and they being successful on their own. So when you get together with a successful woman, you got just how to you know, find that role that define them. Cause every relationship is different. But in a man aspect, yes, a man want to feel like he's a leader. And it's up to the woman to make him feel like that. But not he's absolute ruler, point blank. Don't talk to me, don't say anything. No, I'm the man, so everything goes my way. And I think Cam Newton, what he's saying too is like a southern thing too about the women cooking. Cause down here, we expect. Well, I want to say expect, but
Where Cam from? Florida?
he's from. No, he's not from Alabama.
He from Florida, I think. Ain't
I don't
I
know
don't
what.
know.
What is
In
he
the South, like
He from Georgia.
we
Yeah,
Ah.
he's from Atlanta.
Yeah.
yeah. So in the South, that's what women do down here is cook. So he just used to, home cooking, and it seemed like the women he chose can't do none of that. So that's on him. If you want a woman that can cook and do all the other type of stuff, we'll look for that type of woman. Cause there's plenty of women out here that that still hold true to them type of values. Just gotta link up with them, but he can't say that stuff then but live a different lifestyle from what he's preaching about.
Bro, hire a cook, bro. You're a millionaire.
Now sometimes I want home cook. My wife can cook, she can do all that. But that's not the reason I married her. You know what I'm saying?
It's just
I'll marry a woman that couldn't cook.
it's just something
It's all about
you can't say, bro. Especially in the public eye. Some stuff you just shouldn't say.
yeah.
That's all it boils down to.
Because y'all don't have any kids, Tyler and Gatwood, so y'all probably can say like I want my woman to be this and this and that because that was your expectation of relationship would be.
I think there's nothing wrong with having a preference, but just watch how you speak on it.
It sound like he hurt, bro. It sound like
It's just like
it's
that
not like you
sounds
went through
bad.
something. He talking
Just-
about somebody.
Just because you got a preference don't mean you got to talk about it.
That's true too, Gawood.
Yeah, somebody asked me about that, about women talking too much or they know. You just gonna have to find a woman that doesn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna just like all women do that. Like if I prefer my female not to to be out there like that, just talking too much, then I'm not gonna go for a girl like that. I'm gonna go for a woman that's like, kind of shy or kind of sweet, you know what I'm saying?
Stuff you just got to be quiet about, bro.
Hey, a lot of dudes, they say he ain't say nothing wrong.
I bet.
I'm gonna tell you the problem, bro.
Huh?
I'm gonna tell you what's going on. It's too many podcasts, too many people with opinions, and what happens is everybody feel like their way is the way. Have you looked at Cam Newton?
He dressed like a woman.
Okay, but not only that, he dressed like somebody who's still looking and trying to find himself, and not so much of how he dressed. He's very opinionated, but people are very opinionated about him. And most people who don't like being judged, they love judging other people. So when I heard him say that, I was like, you gotta check yourself. You said it over the airwaves, and that's your opinion. Like you said, he's probably speaking from personal experience. So, but you can't with the whole Me Too and everything that's going on in the world, but you gotta watch what you say. Unless you got money, unless you got, if you got a great lawyer, if you got time. Because, that's just he thought he was giving some game because on $1 million worth of game, I think it was. He thought he was, being very
Yeah,
wise, but really you don't
speaking on
always
experience.
like Tyler said, you don't always gotta have something to say, man. You gotta
Yeah, like if somebody asked me, I'm like,
Yeah.
I believe what I believe,
Mhm.
about marriage and about relationship, man. if I was somebody, if I was on a marriage counseling podcast, then I'll give my opinion. But I'm just talking with the boys, shooting,
You wouldn't say
shooting
that
and
though.
whatever. I'm not gonna make myself seem like I know it all and make it seem like just the way it should be. No, cause Gatwood, they look at how a woman should be differently from me. I mean, it's not right or wrong if a man want to be a stay-at-home dad. Shoot, let him be the stay-at-home dad. Let the wife be the breadwinner. Long he know his role. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's
so
just PR stuff, bro. You just gotta watch what you say and how you say it.
Yeah, and what I'm saying that he said he wasn't calling them a bad B. He's saying that claiming how some women, what they call themselves. And for me, like I don't really like using that term. So that was really like a turn off for me when like females call themselves that. I ain't really like that term.
Yeah.
So that's just something. See, everybody just had their own opinions. I know my friend, he went for girls like that. He like, oh yeah, I don't want to talk to her. But me, I was like, nah, that's not really my type.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the show. Like and subscribe to our social media accounts. They will be located in the show notes. Also, we have a merchandise store now. Check it out on podsquadinc.com. Thank you guys for the love and support. We out of here.
You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood,